What can't Hunter Biden do and get away with? I mean, we have him. Can we play the video of him, weighing the crack?
I just laid out the bag.
No, it's him. That's a hooker and him.
2.07
And he's showing a scale.
Without the bag.
So how long is
2.0.
This could be part of the problem here, Glenn. He's thinking he's doing 2.07, and it says 20.7. That could be maybe the genesis of all of his issues over the past few years. He's doing 10 times the amount he thinks he is.
Honestly, what can he get away with? We haven't found a dead body, but I'd like to preface that with yet. We haven't found one yet.
Certainly we can't. No one believes all these hookers are alive. I mean, there's just no way all of them. Come on. I mean, just statistically, some of them have to be gone.
This is incredible that the mainstream media still is not reporting on this. Imagine being just an honest American and you have no idea about any of this because you watch mainstream media. So you don't know about this. You think it's still a hoax, a Russian trick. You haven't seen the videos. I mean, I've seen some of the stuff. It's sickening. It's sick what's going on. And his dad absolutely knows. His dad is involved. His dad sent him $20,000 so he could pay for Russian hookers.
I mean, I don't
remember what they said about Donald Trump. Oh, he was in bed in Russia with hookers. Hunter Biden. That's Hunter Biden.
Yeah, there's one where he seemingly sent him a bunch of money to quote unquote pay for rehab that then, of course, Hunter didn't go to and then wound up spending it on drugs and hookers and the like. So it does.
Yeah, that's a different 20 or 50 grand. This one, do you have he just pays one of these Russian hookers $10,000, and here's a video from his iCloud account. Here's a video of him going downstairs after apparently they just had sex, and she's on the phone with someone and not talking to Hunter. Watch this.
Sweetheart? Hey, are you okay? Everything fine? Are you hurt in any way? Any way? Are you hurt? Hey, is anything hurt on you? Anything? I was literally saying, I'm sorry that it took so long to give you $10,000. Do you have any bruise? Anything? Have I ever touched you in a bad way? Ever? Have I asked you every time if I could touch you? Every time. Sweetheart, look at me. You cannot talk to me that way and say things like that. Because I'm more respectful than anyone you've ever met. Are you okay? What? Here.
No.
I thought you said you wanted water. It's the only water I have.
I can't believe it.
It's funny because we've oftentimes made the point that this is not just a Hunter Biden story. There's evidence of potential ties to corruption directly to the president of the United States.
Potential?
Yeah, I mean, it's not proven yet. Obviously, no one's even looked into it, seemingly, outside of just talking about it. But I mean, like things like the 10% to the big guy, all the way back to the election, and several other things that have gone on through here. We talked about the 950,000 barrels of oil that went to a company tied to Hunter Biden. Now, there hasn't been a trial. We haven't gone through all of the evidence yet. But like massive indications that this stuff should be covered by the media. But we should point out that even if it didn't have any of that, the son of the president of the United States running around with videos of himself doing all sorts of bizarre things with hookers and crack on camera is a big story by itself. if that were all that it was, it would still be a massive story. I remember hearing about Jenna Bush going out drinking. She may have stood up on a bar. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
my goodness.
that.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
we heard about
Look
every
how
time.
out of control the Bush family is.
Yeah, exactly. I remember, we go back to Billy Carter, you go back to Roger Clinton, you go back to brothers and family members. It's always a story. This is by far the craziest story I've ever seen in my lifetime of a relative of the president, what we're seeing here. And it's constant.
No, wait. Let's put this into perspective. Billy Carter, Jimmy Carter's brother, got into trouble because he started selling Billy's beer.
Yeah,
and Billy's beer was seen as him profiting off of the presidency. That's nothing compared to selling a million barrels of strategic petroleum from our reserve through his son's company to China. I mean, I don't know. I think there's a problem here.
Yeah, I'd say it rises above that. And even if you want to say that it's not a big story, it's just Hunter Biden's and his personal life or whatever, I think it's a total crock, right? This is absolutely crazy. But let me give you a reason why we should be talking about this at the bigger media level with lots of resources going into what happened here. Because could this just be some guy on the right who doesn't like the Bidens who's hacking them? Yeah, absolutely could be, right? Could be. Could it be some person who's just bored? Could it be someone who thinks they can get a ransom for this? Could it be just some hacker group that's out there? All these things are totally possible as to how this iCloud account was hacked. But let me give you another possible scenario here. We've given $60 billion to Ukraine to launch missiles at Russian soldiers all over the place, some of which have landed reportedly inside of Russian territory. We have an opponent who has said outwardly, the next world war starts with ones and zeros. He has threatened to use cyber attacks, and we know they have used cyber attacks against us. It is incredibly plausible that this is a piece of retaliation by the Russian government or approved by the Russian government. It's not proven. We don't know. But it's certainly a plausible outcome when we've sent $60 billion in missiles to Ukraine to fire at Russian soldiers. So, does that not even rise to the level of the interest of the New York Times or the
No, it doesn't.
The Washington
It doesn't.
Post? How can we not be looking into this, Glenn?
Because the problem is, you can't dismiss this. It could very well be that the iCloud was hacked and given to Russian operatives. Could be. Might not be, but could be. But you can't dismiss this as Russia propaganda because it's real.
It's real.
That's the problem. It's real.
But we think the hack of Hillary Clinton, it was Podesta's emails back in the 2016 campaign. The reporting on that indicates that Russians had something to do with that, but it was real. That wasn't made up stuff. It was real. These were real emails that we all became aware of, and could be the situation here. It's not to say that you'd still cover the content of them, but it could be a major. We could have seen a retaliation into a war we just got drawn into, and all of the major publications have completely avoided the story as if it's not worth covering at all. And so there's a million reasons why they should be doing this. If it's just a hacker group, if it's just somebody trying to land a few Bitcoins or whatever, could just be that. Who knows? But that's an answer we should have. Right? We should be at least chasing after it. And nobody in the media seems to even bother to put in a few minutes of effort to figure it out.
So here's they can't do that because they'd have to admit that this is a story.
Right.
They can't say this is Russian and we have to look in. Let me just show you some of the things that we have. First of all, show the pedo Peter texts. This goes off. He texted someone named Pedo Peter with a message that says, "I love you, Pop." Okay, there's a screenshot of it. It's a message between him, his dad. I think his sister is involved in this. And his name on his side is Pedo Peter. Peter is the name. I can't remember the last part. All I can think of is Henderson. Peter is a guy from spy novels that was a KGB operative. And that's apparently the name that Joe Biden uses with his family. Can you imagine Donald Trump even just doing that, which is nothing? That's no big deal. That's a code name for the family. But can you imagine if Donald Trump would have used a fictional character's name that was a KGB operative? That would be enough.
There would be books written just about that.
Right. So now why does his son call him Pedo Peter? If anyone in my family would call me a pedophile, I would be out of my mind crazy. Why does his son think that it's appropriate to call his dad Pedo Peter? Then let me show you this one. Here's an exchange on what ethnicity and type of woman he prefers. He's negotiating for hookers. He says, girls who are like I am, distrusting and highly, highly wary of evil. Wow. You don't know what evil is, dude. And he goes on to describe the kind of women that he likes. She says, I won't get you Asian women. And he says, no yellow. No yellow.
Wow, that's totally okay. That's not a cancellation moment at all. Oh, no problem. No problem, everybody. And Glenn, there's this, you've talked about this, not the exact thing that Hunter Biden has gone through. But we all know, inside of every guy, there is a path, a series of incredibly bad decisions, all made consecutively, that you could theoretically, there's a dark part of people who could get yourselves into a room with hookers and cocaine. It's a sad thing to admit. We all try to avoid it. Most of us are capable of doing such things. But there is a path, right? You could understand all these things. You understand that when people go to the party, things get out of control. I don't know. I never had that issue, thankfully, but there's a path for a lot of guys to get there. What I don't understand is all the filming. Why are you filming yourself naked all the time? I don't understand. Turn the camera off. Do something where a lens is not pointed at your genitals. That's all I'm asking. Spend 5 minutes without your iPhone in between your legs, pointed at your face, and some other stuff in between. Now, it's not natural.
Think of how much we have seen from, the sex tapes from, Paris Hilton.
Right.
Okay? Kardashian. We've seen the sex tape. Okay, you kind of understand in some ways why a guy might take a video with the Kardashian.
Sure.
Okay?
Sure.
Not this one, because it's focused on him.
It's on him.
What? What is the deal? And why are you taping you weighing crack with a hooker?
Bad idea.
Why are you videotaping you weighing crack? I think I might have an answer for that. We'll tell you in 60 seconds. Stand by. Okay, so what do you think of this? He kept the audio tape. Do we still have the audio tape, Sarah? I think we had it yesterday of Dad calling in and saying, hey, look, I think you're all in the clear here. This was the day after, or the night after, a New York Times article came out about Hunter's shady dealings. And this is the call that Joe Biden made to his son. Listen.
Hey, pal, it's Dad. It's 8:15 on Wednesday night. If you get a chance, give me a call. Nothing urgent. Just want to talk to you. I thought the article, at least the thing online, that's going to be printed tomorrow in the Times, was good. I think you're clear. And
I think you're
anyway,
clear.
if you get a chance,
Stop.
give me a call.
This implicates Joe Biden. Joe Biden says I've never talked to him about any of that. I know nothing about it. This implicates Joe Biden. He knows about it, and he says to his son, I think it's clear. I think you're clear. Why would you save that? You would save that as an insurance policy. I think this guy either knew he was going to get caught or wanted to get caught. I think there's this balance. I think the blackmail that's going on here is with Joe Biden. I think the blackmail that's going on, remember, Hunter Biden was caught on tape saying, my dad will do whatever I tell him to do. If it's a priority to me, it'll be a priority to him. Believe me, he'll do whatever I tell him to do. Well, why would you say that? You're either boasting and lying, or you know dad's in as much trouble as you are, and you're the key to that. This is a serious national security risk. And, you know, when we're selling strategic petroleum from our strategic reserves to China, funneling it through Hunter Biden's corrupt corporation, we are in serious, serious trouble.